Shalom, Israel. It's ISUPK. Start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Under Commanding General Yohana, established in 1969, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians make up and are indeed the 12th tribe of Israel. We're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. If it's not under ISUPK, it's not of the truth. I am Officer Kazak Shapar 50, teaching the night's class, Lashawan, Qadash. We have sentence structure, and we're going to go over some topics here today. Hope you guys can hear me live. Type in the chat. Make sure you get your comments in the chat. We're going to do Lashawan Qadash class here. We're going to be on point. We're going to be relevant to all of the events that happened this week, especially in Minnesota. And we're going to talk about the topics as we discuss them in language. We're going to put some sentences up on the board to prompt you, to help you understand what they're doing to us. I mean, you know, familiar topics and some not. But the point is, what they're doing to us is epic proportion, you know, killing us, choking us out in the street. It's ridiculous. But the Most High has got our back. As a matter of fact, I'm going to start off with a little sentence here. I'm not going to translate it. Just a good sentence one of the officers wrote. I thought it was really too wild. Very good. Excellent, as a matter of fact. He wrote, praying for the Most High to avenge us. To avenge us. Who? Who is us? Blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. Make up the 12 tribes. Us, the 12 tribes. To avenge us. Praying for the Most High, Yahweh, to avenge us. And his son, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, to avenge us, the 12 tribes of Israel. 12 tribes of Israel. So let's put that down. So make sure we know what we're talking about here. All these other nations. That's not it. To avenge us, Israel, is far more effective. Far more. And I agree with that 100%. Well said. I believe this is our camp leader. He gave me this idea. Officer Natazah. He said, praying for the Most High is to avenge us, the 12 tribes of Israel, is far more effective than riding out in the street. Far more effective than voting. We'll put that one down. Just going to do a little preamble to the class here. We get into Lashawan Qadash, but I want you guys to pay attention what we're doing here. Far more effective than marching, riding, marching. If you guys are typing in the chat, you can type, maybe have some more ideas, but it's far more effective. Shalom, Josiah Davis. All right, brother, from Denver, Colorado. Glad to put you on the roll here today. But that's right, it's far more effective. We don't have to, got your name down the road, brother. Shalom, glad to have you in class today. Okay, it's far more, shalom. Yahweh Sha'amal, Thab, Hashem, let's see. Who is this? Jacqueline. This is Sister Jacqueline. All right, Sister Jacqueline. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai to all the men. Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah to all the men. Yahweh Shema Alatah, Hashem, Yahweh Shai to all of our ladies. And Al Shupike. Glad to have you so far on the Facebook there. And I know we have some more people coming in, joining in, getting off work. Sister Jacqueline. Let's see. And if you have any comments, guys, you can hear me clearly. Make sure you type in and type your comments in the chat. Let's see, Josiah's from Denver, Colorado. We've had him before. Belton, South Carolina. That's good, sister. We appreciate that. And this is what we're saying tonight before we get heavily into our Lashawan Qadash and go over some sentence structure. And I'm typing it. I'm making this class relevant to what they're doing to us out in the street. And I'm going to do some sentences in Hebrew to help you guys understand and to give you an idea when you're reading Tanakh and when you see certain words in the Bible, you'll understand what they're doing. 100% effective if you pray to the Most High to avenge us. If you are 12 tribes of Israel, that's black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, the effectiveness of praying, keeping his Lord's statute and commandments. You know, you don't just pray in the street. Go get in your family, get in your altar in your home, pray to the Most High. Say, let's help us to eat right. Get off the pork, the crab, the shrimp, the lobster. Help us to put on our clothes, sister. Cover our loins, cover us. Help us to have a Proverbs 31 wife, a good man that goes out and labor himself and his wife working together, and his wife helping him there all the way. She gets up early, and let's just get that. Let's just find this since we got it here. Let's find that. Let me find Proverbs 31 here since we're talking about that. Let's find out how that really works. Let's find out how that sister can help her husband. When we're praying and we're trying to get on board and get in class and get our while we're learning sentence structure, we'll go to Proverbs 31 and show you what a good woman can do for her man. Let's find out what that is. Let's see here. See if I can get some data here, but I'm trusting and hope that you guys had a good week and understanding of of what's been going on in Minnesota and the things. I just had to talk about it because I kind of the understanding that our people it's in prophecy that we would get choked out. It's in prophecy that we would be perpetually hated. It's in prophecy that they would hunt our footsteps. All these things are in prophecy, and that's what we're going to go over tonight. Shalom, Sister Adrian, right on time. Charleston, South Carolina. Sister Adrian is always on time. Good sister. And that's what we're talking about. Sister Adrian. Okay, here, let's see. Terms. Okay. All right. Good. So let's go back to there. In Proverbs 31, it says, this is what it says. It's about who can find a virtuous woman, somebody to help us out. When you're praying, this is the things that we need. The Lord, give me a good spouse, somebody to help me to be effective in my household. That's one good thing that we do the Most High. Instead of rioting, voting does no good. Voting never does any good. Marching doesn't do good. If you can find some more things, type it in the chat to create our list here going. Things that we don't need to be doing. We need to concentrate on praying for the Most High to avenge us. It's far more effective than rioting, voting, or marching. So let's go to when you pray, like if you're in your house and you pray, the man you're saying the Proverbs, you're telling your wife what to do. You guys can go over the scripture right here. Who can find a virtuous woman? Her price is far above rubies. It's found this Proverbs 31st chapter 10th verse. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so he shall not have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool, flax, working willing in her hands. She is like the merchant ships that bring her food from far. She rises also whilst it is yet night and giveth meat to her family. In other words, this is something that a man prays for. It's something that a woman prays that, Lord, help me to be that way so I can help my family. That's effective. That's what we call effective right there. That's the effectiveness. Not out here rioting in the street. That's no good. It's not going to do us any good. Voting. Marching. What are we going to vote for? Who are we going to vote for? What candidate you going to vote for? I Gates language. We ain't got nobody in the church to vote for. I tell you what you're going to vote for. Vote for somebody in the ISUPK. That's what you're going to vote for. Get an ISUPK. Join ISUPK. That's the one. We got all kinds of generals. Vote for one of them. What I'm saying. We got all kinds of leaders in here. Vote for us. Vote to be in the ISUPK. That's where you need to be. Voting, marching, that stuff right there. Marching, what are you going to say? We shall overcome. Drop the sign, and all of a sudden somebody, a year from now, a month from now, get choked out again. So what good have you done? So that's what I'm saying. Let's get in class. Let's be effective in our prayers to get over the hump, to avenge the Most High, to avenge right here. To avenge us is far more effective. That's one good thing. Okay, let's put a sentence down here and let's see what they're doing. Let's see the evidence that they're doing to us. That they're doing to us in the street. What are they doing to us here? What are they doing to us in the street? Well, let's find out. Let's find out. Let's write some things on the board here. Let's go to Lamentations 4:18. Let's go there. And after you guys, well, let's see. We'll put it right up under it. Lamentations 4:18. Let's go there. Lamentations. If you got your Bible, guys and girls, and ISUPK, the women and men, you got your Bibles, go to Lamentations 4:18. You'll see. They hunt our steps. That's their job. They write on their job. We need to get on our job. So let's write this word out. Let's write it out. I'm not going to translate all of it. I'm just going to give you some of it, an excerpt of it in Hebrew. When you read the Tanakh, you can get it from there. They hunt our steps. Okay. All right. Let's translate a little bit. To hunt, tazah, wad ma. Ta. Well, let's put it in a different color here. Let's go and, you guys, it with me. You have any questions? Like I said, type it in the chat. Ta, za, wad, wa'id. I think it's ma. Okay. Ta'ad, let me see, I got that right. Tazad, wad, not wa'id, I'm sorry. Wad, ma. Yeah, there you go. Ma. And there's a preposition on the end here. There's your sentence structure, and that's what we're about. We're about telling you what these things mean. When you see tazad, wad, ma, they hunt. They hunt. To hunt. They. Who is they? Ma. That's the masculine form for, it's for a male. It's a possessive adjective, and it's the male. And of course, when you use the male is the lead. The male is the lead, so we're going to use possessive adjective. The possessive adjective here in its male form. They hunt our steps. They. That's how you write. They hunt. Who is they? The enemy. A white man. AKA devil. That's who he is. He hunting our steps, man. He hunting us. And what do? Riot, vote, march, la'ah. As a matter of fact, I'll put a nice line through those. Just like that. We don't need to riot. We don't need to vote. And we don't need to march. That stuff's out long time ago. So we're going to say they hunt our steps. Okay, Lamentation 14, this is what they're doing to us. This is what that policeman did. This is what he did to one of our brothers, you know. Tazah wad ma. Tazah wad ma. That's what I read in the Tanakh. Tazah. And so, if you want to read it maybe in Hebrew, we'll go Paleo here, and then we'll go the other Assyrian. Tazah. Oops. Put an A there. Sorry. There we go. Tazah. Then we have a wa. We have a wa. Put it right there. Okay, that's the tazah right there, you see? And then we have wad. Make sure we got that, yeah. Wad. We're gonna go wad. And then we have ma. Tazah. We'll have to play wad. There's an independent connector there. They hunt. Who hunt? They hunt. Wad. Wa and a da. And ma is an independent connector. Tazah wad ma. They've been hunting our steps for years. We're a horn-born slave. They've been killing us since the Roman times. They've been killing us since Cain. But here it is. Now we see it reoccur all over and over and over and over again for our brother George Floyd. Who else? They've been hunting us. Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, Mexicans at the border, the children, killing them, detaining them, just being a quag in the mire, sticking us in the side every chance they get. They hunt our steps. Okay, let's finish it out here. They hunt our steps. We're going to say taza'id. Taza'id. Let's see. Let's make sure we get it right. Yeah, our steps. Our steps is ta, za, id. Our. Now, we're going to have to put a nawa on the end of there for a reason. Because nawa is not just one or two, it's all our steps. It's our, right there. Tazanawa, our steps. Taza'id nawa. And that's what they're saying. I added the nawa because it's our steps. We got to be possessive adjective there again to signify possessive adjective to signify our. and that makes it, I believe that's plural. Okay? They hunt our steps. That's many. Our steps. Tazanawa. Our steps. That's more than one. Then it says right here. We'll write that out in Hebrew. Well, let's see. That we like I said, I'll write a little excerpt of this. They hunt our steps that we cannot go or we cannot walk in our streets. That we cannot go or walk. Like I said, you guys have any comments in there, just make sure you're right, because that's what they're doing to us each and every day. Tazawat, tazawatma, ta'aid, za'ah, taza'aid nawa. They hunt our steps that we cannot walk or go. Let's put walk or go is the same thing. That's halak. Sorry about that. You guys write this down. Make sure you put it in your notes. Like I said, in every class, what you want to do is write things down. These are good steps. So when you see it in the Tanakh, when you read it, get yourself a Tanakh. When you read it, you'll see exactly what I'm saying here. Tazah wa'ad. Tazah wa'ad. That we cannot go ba in, and that is ba. See, that's a preposition. Ba, and we'll put that down here. Ba is another preposition right there. We cannot go in our streets. In whose streets? Our streets. Okay, there's going to be another possess. You got to possess that adjective there, because that's what it's trying to say to you. It's whose streets? They're our streets. Guys, Lamentation 4:18 is saying they hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. What a sad scenario. So we're going to put ba, rakab, barakab, and nawa. There again, we put nawa because they're talking about our streets. I use another color here if I can find it, like with green. They're talking about not just a street. That's important to put that nawa. That's our. That's the Most High letting you know our streets. It's sad. Underline this one here. Put this one in green so you can see the difference. So put that in your notes. Our. Possessive adjective. Possessive. But it is plural. Our streets. Whose streets? Our streets. Let's say this again. They hunt. Taza wad ma. That's why we did it. Taza, independent connector. Wad ma. Taza wad ma. Right here. Okay. Well, let's see if I can find some maybe black, and I'll write it down in Assyrian. Tazah. We're going to write this down as Assyrian. Sorry about that. I'll put that dot there to separate them like this, but this is Paleo. And of course, this is Assyrian. Tazad. So it says Tazah. Tazah. Then we're going to go wa. Ooh, wait a minute. Sorry about that. Get up here. Make sure we got everything exactly the way it's supposed to go. That's right. Okay. Sure. Where we at? Tazah, like that. And it don't need any connectors there, so we just go straight to the translation. Then we put a D, a dalat. Same letter. Da. Then of course since you have a M at the end of this Tazah, Wad, Ma, they hunt. Out of Lamentation 4:8, we got to put an ending connector. I'll put it in another color. I'm sorry, the ending character. And since that's the M, then we have to put this type of M there. Remember, guys, from way 5-6 weeks ago? That's the M that you would use right there. When you see this in the Tanakh, that's how you see it. Tazah, Awad. And then you say, Tazah, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Tazah, Wad, Ma. Yeah, that's it. Tazah, Wad, Ma. That's where you see it in the Syrian. Give you guys a chance to write that down. Understand what we're looking at. As I should be K, we're writing down sentences here that's connected to the events that happened up in Minnesota. So we're gonna be relevant to the times. Like I said, Officer Tazah has written down a great sentence for us to even start and springboard this off with. Praying for the Most High to avenge us is far more effective than rioting, voting, and marching. Because it won't do you no good. Why? Because they hunt in our steps. We need to pray to the Most High and keep His statutes and commandments and laws, and statutes and commandments, and to men. Leviticus 11, to get off of pork, crab, lobster, shrimp, get your family healthy. You know, pray to the Most High. Tell him, ask him what He wants you to do. Well, what He wants you to do is to keep the Lord's statutes and commandments. That's what we teach in ISUPK. That's what He wants you to do, to avenge us. Well, how are you going to ask the Lord to avenge you and you ain't keeping His Lord's statutes and commandments? What good is that? So that's what I say. Let's do it. That's the first thing you got to do is get you right. Is let the Most High get you right. That join ISUPK, www.isupk.com. That's where we wear on our sleeve. Yeah, right there. That's what we wear on our sleeve. And I'm saying to you, you get in here, it'll change you. The scriptures, the Most High, Yahweh, and the name, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. All this will change you. All you have to do is get in class. And like I see my brothers and sisters in class right now, that tells me that they want to be changed also. And so what you do is you, in Lamentation 4:18, they hunt our steps. So we say again, to repeat it, because we're going to move on to another sentence. They hunt our steps. These people, our oppressor, is hunting us every day. Tazah Wadma. Tazah Wadma. Taza'ai Nawa. That's our steps. Get too used to reading Hebrew. That we. Oh, let me see. Let me put up. I forgot to put the rest of that down. That we. Where we at? Yalakyim. I'm sorry. We got to put that one down. I don't know what I was thinking about. Yalak. Make sure I got it right here. Yalak Nawa. Because we can represent our or we. You want to put Nawa there. Our streets is Rakab Nawa. But since Nawa is here already in the back of that, you say Yalak Nawa. Yalak Nawa. And then you say Yalak Nawa cannot. That we cannot. Yalak Nawa. That we cannot. And then to walk or to go is Halak. And we can't even go, and then you got the preposition in, that's ba, in our own streets. Yalak nawa. So let's do it again. Taza wad ma. Taza I nawa. Yala nawa, that we cannot walk. Halak in ba, our streets. Rakab nawa. We can't even go on our own streets. After what you've seen that they did choke the man out up there, you know, and they've been doing this for quite some time. We just now filming it with evidence, hanging us, choking us out, murder, and we go out, we shall overcome with a stick, saying, and especially with our pressers, it's not going to do you any good to go in front of your pressers and riot, vote. Let's just vote. What good is that done? Like I said, to reiterate, on March. You see, we'll get to another sentence here, because to give you a chance to write that down. That's where we're on Lamentation 4:8. We translated that, and not going to go into all of the translation. I did one, pretty much one example here in Hebrew, and I guess I can do another one over here since we're there. If you guys, like I said in the chat, if you need any help, just we'll ask some questions here in a second. Hope that you remembered it. Let's see. Let's go. We'll say Tazah. Oops. Tazah. There it is. Tazah. Right here. That's what you'd find in Tanakh. Tazah. I'd. There's a I. Da. There's a I, and then we'll have Nawa. So Nawa is like this. Na. And then you got Hawa. Then you have Wa. Then you have, let's see, we'll go Wa. Okay? Tazah, I'd, there again, we're writing Tazah, I'd, and I, that's an independent connector for Tazah. Then we have I and a D. That's a dependent connector right there. You have to connect those together. ID, I'd, Taza'id, Taza'id. And then we have Nawa. We'll connect those together. Nawa. We don't want to say na then wa. We want to say Taza'id Nawa. Yeah, okay. I think I'll write it in over here in Assyrian. That's Paleo, of course. We'll write it in Assyrian over here before we move on, just for an example, because I don't have the room to write all the rest necessarily. We want to make sure we cover as much as we can here. So, okay. Tazah. This is the Paleo. We'll put it over here. Paleo. Okay. And then we have an I. Tazah. A little small symbol like that. Then we have a da. Then we have a na. We have the na sort of look like this. Na. Then we have wa. Look like that. So I'll put a dot right there so you can see the difference there, so it won't go over to the Paleo. But this is Assyrian for that. Tazah wa'id nawa. Tazah id Slovakia. Tazah id nawa. Okay, give you guys a chance. We're going to move on here. If you guys have any questions, like I said, type them in the chat. But if you have any more examples of what we should be doing that you know, I'm saying to you, rioting, voting, marching, not going to do you any good. Okay? We'll repeat it one more time, then I'll erase off the board. They hunt our steps, that we cannot walk in our streets. Now that's just part of the excerpts. Let me go to it and make sure. I know that's the case. Let's go to Lamentations right there. Excuse me. Let's go to Lamentations 4:18. Okay? Because it actually reads this. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for the end is come. And I just wrote a part of it and translated in Hebrew. That's what you'll find when you read that in Hebrew. And the Tanakh also. And I'm giving you an idea how you learn Hebrew is just keep practicing it over and over again. And that's what we're doing. Tazah, wad, ma. They hunt our steps. Nawa is our. Preposition. Possessive adjective, I'm sorry. Tazah, nawa. And of course, here's the Syrian and the Hebrew for it. Make sure you get it down in your notes. Remember in class what we talked about. Every chance you get, make sure you carry and put all your information, in a book so you'll have it a year from now, 6 months from now, whenever you need it. And that we, yalak nawa. Yalak nawa cannot. That we cannot go, halak. We can't even go, can't walk. Walk or go. Pretty much the same thing translated in the Bible. Ba, in, you need a preposition there. Ba, because it's in. In our, it stands on alone, it's ba. We don't have to join it to rakab, because our streets, well, whose street? Well, we want to make it possessive adjective over here. Nawa is our. Rakab nawa. Okay? Now we'll erase this. We'll move on to something else. We want you guys to be and understand how to be effective out here in the streets. We want to understand who the enemy is in ICPK. They hunting our steps. That's what Lamentations 4:18 said. We want to be effective. We want to know, should we be marching? La'ah. Should we be riding? La'ah. That ain't what Commander General Yohanan ICPK wants us to do. He definitely don't want us voting. And we don't need to be marching. I know we shall overcome. Get in the ICPK. Get under one of your leaders here, under the officers. Get in the camp leader. He'll tell you what you need to do. Get out to one of your camp men, sisters, support your men in camp. That's what's one thing we can be doing. That's the main thing. So let's find something else to write on here. Lamentation 14 was good. Let's get some words. Let's get to something like we had in the precept Ezekiel, we'll write some words. We won't write the whole sentence of Ezekiel, just like we didn't write the whole sentence of Lamentations 4:18. We'll write some excerpts from Ezekiel to translate some words so you guys get some understanding out of them. And we'll write stuff like perpetual. Let's write the first one here. The first one, or we'll just say akkad. We can say akkad. Akkad, which means one. Okay, we'll get some numbers. I guess I could have said sentence structures numbers too. But we're trying to go over everything that we've learned. So akkad is one. So number one, we say perpetual hatred. Why have these people, this enemy, at least let me spell it right. Perpetual hatred. Let's turn to Ezekiel 35:5. Let's see how that's worded, and then we'll do some translating, some writing here. Like I said, get your books out and let's write some things down. Perpetual hatred. I will write it in another color. Let's pick green here. I, wa, lam. Can't hardly see that. We'll definitely need blue. Okay, do it again. I, wa, lam. That actually is telling you what the word perpetual means. And they will have hatred. Ayaba. Ah. I got that right. Where did I go here? Oh yeah, there it is. I'm sorry. Make sure I spell it right here. Ah. Ya. Ba. You have to put that H on in there because that's how it's pronounced in the Tanakh also. And well, let's go. Perpetual hatred. In Ezekiel 35:35, let's turn to it. If you got your Bibles out there, turn to it. Ezekiel 35 and 35. Lashawan Qadash class, that's what we're teaching. Officer Kazak Shapar. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah. To all my brothers. And Yahweh Shemar Alathah Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah. To all the sisters. Okay, here we go, Ezekiel 35. I was reading that, been reading this all week long. Okay, listen, it's right here. So that's right here. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. So I picked that word out of there because I thought it kind of stuck out. A perpetual hatred. And has shed the blood of the children of Israel. That's us. That's you. That's me. That's blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity. In that time that their iniquity had an end. They should have ended a long time ago. Or whenever the Most High fitted. But it has said it has an end here. So basically, they still out here sticking the sword in us. The force of the sword, you know. Whatever way they can kill us. So let's go over that right here. Let's go over that Ezekiel 35 and 35. Let's go over that little excerpt right here. Thought that was good. I belong. Yabah. Perpetual hatred. Now anybody in the chat, let's ask Brother Josiah, Ak, and Sister Michelle Gamble. What's that? Sister Jacqueline, and Sister Adrian. Give me another name or meaning for the word perpetual. What do you think that means? You guys give you a chance to come up with that. Type it in the chat for me. Let's participate in class. Give me. What do you think perpetual means? P-E-R-P-E. If I can spell it right, because I definitely didn't. Perpetual. I believe that is. Let's make sure. I think there's a C in there. No, that's right. Perpetual. T. That's right. What does perpetual mean? I mean, what's another word for it? In other words, what is that, synonym? Let me see here. Yeah. Type it in the chat, guys. We'll give you a chance to write it in there. Everyone who's listening right now. What's another name, or what's a good synonym for perpetual? You can look it up or whatever. Just give you guys a chance to understand what would be a good synonym for perpetual. In other words, what's another meaning for it? Sister Adrian, Clay Ferguson. All right, sister. That's a good one. That's, as a matter of fact, that's the one I got written down in my book. The sister's right on it. She's right on it. And there's more. Could you give me another, Sister Adrian? Or I like that one. Yeah, everlasting. That's right. Lasting. Very good participation there, sister. That's That's perfect. That's 100%. Get 100 on that one. That's exactly right. Everlasting. That's some more. And it'd be, just you can put another one. If you had never ending, there you go, sister. So she's got the idea. Perpetual, never ending. Okay, let's work on that for a second. What are they doing to us out here in the streets with this perpetual hatred? Perpetual means iwalam in the Hebrew. And we'll translate it here in a second. Yabah, perpetual, all the time, everlasting, never ending. So if it's never ending and it's always, what good is writing, voting? What good is voting gonna do? What is good that gonna do? And marching. How would that stop somebody from never ending, everlasting, perpetually hating you? Let's go back to our original sentence that I can't read gave us. Praying for the Most High to avenge is us. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, not the whole world. The blacks, Hispanics, and the Native Indians. To avenge who? The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Okay, it's far more effective than rioting, voting, marching. Far more. Okay, so let's get down to praying in your house. How to be a good wife, how to be a good son, how to be a good daughter, how to be a good husband, good leader for your family. See, Ezekiel 35 and 35 telling you what they're doing. They hating you, everlasting. They say never going to end. So let's translate I want to. So good. Write that down in your notes, guys. It's a good little lesson study here for you. And Ezekiel 35 and 35, that little excerpt, I don't want to do the whole sentence there because I'd be there here all day translating scripture. I try to pick out the main topics of God, and then next one we're going to do, you guys remember, I'm going to give you another challenge. What is the letter for number 2? What that means number 2 in the Hebrew. Be writing that in the chat while I'm doing this. Perpetual. That's the first thing that they're doing to us. The first thing. Write in the chat. I want you guys to write in the chat from your notes or from your memory. If a Qad is number 1, what is number 2 in Hebrew? How do you say it? How do you say that? All the participants, we appreciate you, Brother Josiah, Sister Jacqueline, Adrian. Write down, what do you think is the number 2 from your notes? See if you guys remember that. Okay. Write it down. What would be? We'll see if you guys remember. How would I say, if a Qad is number 1, from our notes, because every week we want to have participation. This way helps me know what I have to do to keep you guys abreast in class, because you should know what 1, 2, you should be able to count at least to 100. Because we went over that. We count to 1,000, but right now I accept 1 through 10. So what's number 2? Akim and Aquathium. What's number 2? How would I say that? While I go ahead and translate this. Perpetual hatred is Ah. That's Yah. That's Ba. Something like that. Ba, and then that's Ha. It's Ah. Yah. And then Ba has to have a sound there. So it's going to be connected. So, well, if you guys don't remember, we'll give you guys get another second chance there to remember. Write it down, because you guys remember when we went over them. Remember? Give you guys a chance to write it down, write it in the chat. But anyway, that is how you say number 2. Just in case you forgot, Shanya. Shanya, okay? Shanyai, I'm sorry. Shanya. Of course, Shalasha, Rabbi, Kamash, Shasha, Shabbat, Shamawanatha, Shashara, Akkad, Ashara. I'm sorry, Ashara. Akkad, Ashara is 11. Shanya, Asharayam is 12. Anyway, so let's go. Let's translate this. We got Ayaba, hatred. There again, like I said again, we're out of Ezekiel 35 and 35. We're picking topics and expressions that's depicting what they're doing and choking us out in the street here and killing us. What are they doing to us out here? What did they do? What did they do to Mr. George Floyd? What did they do to Eric Garner, Trayvon Martin, and all of our Mexicans and our brothers and sisters at the border? And that's what we're doing. They have a perpetual hatred. Or Sister Adrian said, everlasting. Ain't no end, never ending. Until the Most High comes back here. After we have prayed to the Most High. Right here. Here's the answer right here. After we prayed to the Most High. Right there. To avenge us, Lord, Most High, Yahweh. Avenge us. Who? Laxus man and Nathan. That would be more effective. And in doing that, keeping your household intact, keeping your body intact. What? Eating things right. Not sleeping with another man's wife and sisters, not committing adultery, not wearing clothes that you don't need to be wearing out there. Cover yourself. You know, no homosexuality, no shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. No men wear your beard. Let's get in order. Proverbs 31, woman, help your husband to do what he needs to help lead the house. That's how prayer is most important. That's what you're praying for. What do I need to do? Because everybody got different things that they have to do. So let's say perpetual. I will Let's do that one. I. There's I right there in Hebrew. Of course, this is paleo right here. Well, I might write the Syrian. We may go like this. It may go here. There's a Syrian. That's Ya, Ba, sorry about that, Ba, on your Ba, and then we're going to have to write a, we got a Ha right there, then we'll see right there. Okay, and we'll write a, okay? Ya, Ba. Independent connector, by itself. Ya, independent connector, and then Ba, that H is sounded out, so you have to put it here. So it's Ba. That's a dependent connector. And of course in Hebrew, it's Ya, Ba. Don't need any connectors. Let's go to Awalam. That's hatred, of course. Perpetual. This is how you spell it. Make sure you have it in your notes, guys. And women. Then we'll have what we call a wa sound. Let's see. Make sure I got this spelled right. Awalam. Yeah, that's wa. Awalam. Wa. Awa. Like that. Lum. I will lum. And we go here. And then we go here. So we say ah, wa, independent connector for ah, independent connector for wa. Then we say lam. That's not la'am. That whole three letters or three characters are joined together. Lam. That's how it's done. Ah wa lam. Okay? Of course, that's paleo. And then we'll translate that in Hebrew. Assyrian, I'm sorry. We'll go we'll go wa, wa, and we have this, we'll make this L right here. Yeah, sort of like that. See, we got room here. Okay. Then we'll write A. Then we have an ending sound. That ending connector on that M has to be there. You can't have a regular M, you have to have the ending M like we studied in class. And there it is in this. You have paleo, and you have Assyrian. Okay? Okay, Michelle, I'm sorry. That was Adrian that gave everlasting, and Michelle Gamble that gave never ending. That's very good, Adrian and Michelle. Very good. Those are very good answers right there. Everlasting and never ending. One was Michelle's never ending, and Adrian gave everlasting. That's exactly right. So I can't see that for sometime. I'm Salakia. But that's perpetual hatred. So we'll move on to the next one. That's how you say it. That's what they've done to us. That's what these devils out here are doing to us. They hate us. They hate our footsteps. They hunt our footsteps, and we can't go out in the street. They got a perpetual hatred against us. That's another excerpt out of Ezekiel. So let's move on. Let's go to another understanding. We're going to do Shanya, number 2. So let's go to Shanya, number 2. Let's find out. And while you guys are looking at, hope you guys have that down. If you don't, you can roll the film back or just put up in the chat, say, hey, I missed something, and I'd be glad to write it on the board again for you guys, sisters and brothers. Okay? Sir, is the spelling of number Shanya. Want to get the correct spelling. Okay, good. Yes, ma'am. I will do that right now. I'll make it Shanya. Okay, I'll spell it for you right here. I'll write it out real big on the board. Shanya, that's exactly on time because that's what we're going to do. Number 2. That is actually spelled like this, Sister Gambrell. Michelle? Shan Yai. Like that. Okay? If you got that, type of 1, so Shun, yeah, not quite like the end there, but it's Shanyai. Shanyai. As a matter of fact, I'll write the Hebrew on that also, so you can obviously see it also. It's Shah, this is paleo, Shah, and then we'll write what do I have here? Shah, Shan, that's all together. Shan, right here. And number 2. Then we'll write Yai, so we have to write a Y there. I'm sorry, this Yai, that Y there in English, has to be written in Hebrew, and it's Yah. Then we'll write, of course, an I over here. And then we'll do this. Shanyai. That's how it's spelled. So we have a dependent connector for Shan, and then for Yai, another dependent connector. And of course, and it's Tawab, Sister Michelle, good, good. If you understand, great. Actually, there it is right there, Shanya. Very good. And I'm gonna let this step there just for a second, and then I'll erase it off and we'll move on to our next sentence. Okay. Let's find out what else are they doing to Shanya. Matter of fact, I'll leave it up there. Shanya, we'll leave it up there for you. This is what they're doing also to us. Our enemy, those white devils, and all the other nations behind them too. They stand there and look, they stand there and look like this, and they watch a man choke a man out and they don't do anything about it. The other nations doing that too. Some of our people don't even know who we are. But that's what this class is for. The black get into, let's see, Nazar Ashibike, Shalom Ashibike, Barakatha, Officer Nazar, good, great. Officer from Fort Worth, Texas, Officer Nazar, checking in. Glad to have you, Officer. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barakatha. Shalom, Adawan. Officer Nazar from Fort Worth. What is that, Fort Worth? All right, yes. It's down there with Captain Yatazak. Yeah, I've met him before. Great captain and Officer Malakwath. Absolutely. Wadazan Malakwath. Down in that area. Glad to have you, officer. More than glad to have you. Checking with us all the time. That's what we're doing here. So let's go over what they're doing also. Like I said, we're in Ezekiel 35, picking out excerpts from the Bible of what these people doing to us out here. Stomping us out. Took Mike Brown, shot him unfairly. George Floyd just stepped on the man's neck like he was nothing, like he was an insignificant feather. You know, they don't care. They don't care about us. Trayvon Martin killed a man. Eric Garner choked him out also. This is what they're doing. They hunt our steps. They don't care. In Ezekiel 35, we'll pull out some more. They had perpetual hatred. That's everlasting. For us, never ending. So I call them this. This ain't in Ezekiel, but this is what when I read it, this is what something that I get out of it. They're murderer devils. That's what they are. I mean, you hunt a person in the street like that, no mercy. I mean, that ain't necessarily in Ezekiel 35, but I get it out of there when you talking about, they're saying, well, let's get Ezekiel 35 and make sure. Let's understand what we're talking about here. What they're doing here, 35 and 5, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and we've had that before, everlasting, never ending, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword at the time of the calamity, at the time of iniquity had an end. They're murdering us. Why? Because they're devils. That's what you need to understand. They're devils. As simple as that. No sense of trying to sugarcoat. That's what they are. Here in ISHPK, we show you exactly what they are. Let's give the Hebrew on that. We're going to make the Lashawan Qadash class relevant. Ratazak. Let me use another color here. Let's we're telling you what these devils are doing to us. Ratazak. That's a murderer. I spell that right? Let's make sure there, brother. Ratazak. Yeah, that's right. Okay, good. Ratazak. Shagah. I had to hunt that word down because that would be in the Tanakh. I found that one. Ratazak. Shagah. That's what they're doing to us. They're murderers. They're devils. Ratazak. Shagah. Let that sink in right in your notes, and I'll translate it here in a second. These people are beasts. And I'll put that one down too. We'll use that. We'll use that for number 3. Anybody in our audience right there? Shanya. We had a Qad. Shanya. That's 2. Number 3 would be what? If you have it in the chat, write down before I translate this. If you have it in the chat, let's write this a little lower. What is the number in Hebrew for 3? How do you say Hebrew in 3? Write it down a little further here. How do you say it? You remember, because we've had this in class before. But if not, that's why we're here. That's why we're going to reiterate and go over it again, find out what's going on. Anybody? I mean, I know the officer knows, so you can give him a little chance, sir, to write it down. What's the number for 3? Of course, we know for 1, they had perpetual hater. We had that written down. And number 2, just for room's sake, I'm having to rearrange things here, murderer devils. Because we're using the springboard of Ezekiel 35, perpetual hatred. That's all it is. Number 3, give you a chance, Sister Adrian's, Brother Josiah, Michelle. You might you might be able to help him out, Officer Nazar, if you want to. That's up if you want to, sir. Nazar. But before I put it up here, we'll give you guys about 15 more seconds, 10 more seconds here to write down the number 3. How do you pronounce that in Hebrew? What is that in Hebrew? How is it pronounced? Number 3. I'll give you a hint. Starts with an S. Look through your notes, guys. I know you know. I know you guys, because we went over a whole class. I probably went over a class and a half to make sure. If not, I know I'm going to have to go over it again next class. We'll do maybe a half a class in numbers of the system, because Hebrew language is the oldest language from Phoenician descent, and with the phonics, where we get phonics. It's old. And in fact, that's where everybody else get their structure from us. Paleo-Hebrew, Phoenicia. You look at it, that's exactly what it is. So we wrote it. So before we got into the Assyrian, anyway, don't seem like we have anybody. Come on, Sister Adrian, Sister Michelle, and Brother Josiah. Anyway, we'll write it down. I'll give you a little bit more. Shah. Somebody finish that up for me. What is the number 3 in Hebrew? How do you say it? How do you write it? How do you say it? We have Akkad, Shanya, Shah, Shalash, Michelle. Okay, you're close, but let me spell it for you, Michelle. Let me get it exactly right. You keep coming to class, though. We're gonna go over that number system again. Sister Adrian, Shalash. Yes, Sister Adrian got it. Shalash. Let's see. I'll make sure I got it spelled. Yeah, she's right. There it is, right there. Sister Michelle, write that down. Keep your notes, and we'll definitely go over in class the next time around. Shalash. That's number 3. That's how you say it. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash. Very good. Both of you sisters. Very good. I appreciate that. Michelle, you're close. You're very close there, but that's not exactly right. But my point is, you get an effort A for trying. But Shalash is what it is, and we're going to go over this again. Akkad, Shanya, Shanyai, Shalash. That's exactly how you spell it right here. S-H-A-L-A-S. Okay, good. All right, let's move on to, of course, we said the murderer devils, Ratazak, Shagah. We'll write the translation down there for in a second here. I'm going to write the other actual understanding of what I think these devils, these perpetual haters, are doing to us. We'll write Shalash over here. We'll write that down. Okay. Good. Okay, good. But what they're doing also to us, what they're doing, they're murderer devils, and these people are nothing but beasts. They would have to be to do what they did. You look at the guy's face on there, that officer. I choked him out. He was like he was possessing a whole nother land. Like he was saying he's enjoying it, doing what he was doing. It's unacceptable. But he's a beast. Well, we'll write down what that means. Beast, Bama. Ba. We'll write it down. Let's see. We'll write it down over here. Ba. Ma. Now we'll write it down below us. This will be consistent. Ba. Ma. That's how you say beast. If you want to say many beasts, it's Ba Mayam. But we're gonna stick with it. We're gonna say beast, and we'll say he's a beast. We'll just say it right there. We won't get into any tenses right now on that. We'll just say Bama, because he's a beast. What he is. So that's how they treat us, because they are beasts. Because they are murderer devils, because they have a perpetual hatred, they murderer devils. Ratazak Shaga, they are Bama, beast. Sad. So let's do a little translation on here. Let's do Shaga in Hebrew. We'll always write the paleo first because that's the oldest, because that's how you learn how to pronounce the word, believe it or not. Shaga. We'll have, let's see, what are we doing here? Shaga. And then we'll have Ha. Shaga. Get this over here out of the way. Yeah, that's right. Shaga. Okay. Of course, in the Syrian, we'll write Shah. That's the same thing as this, Shah. Then we'll write Ga. We'll write a little walking man right here. That's an old, I was just looking at that letter, that character all this week. That's this one, and that one. Of course, all of them are, but I've seen these in the old, the phonics, the phonic writings. That's how you know that it's an old language, because it's written down old, and we're still keeping it. We're still understanding it. So we're going to say Shah, independent connected right here, Shah. And then we have Ga, like that. We have to connect that with a dependent connector. Shah, Ga. And then, of course, here, Shah, Ga, Shah, Ga. And then we'll have a Ha sound that'll be like this. Like that. Okay? Like that. Shaga. That's what it means. It's just devil. As you want to say in plural, Sagayam. So let's do that one. Let's put yam on here. Let's make it plural. Shagayam. They're devils. And trust you me, there are plenty of Shagayams. Plenty of devils out there. So let's go ahead and put that translation up there. Shaga. We'll put Ya. Let me write that one. Let me write it over again so I can get the whole letter out there. Because for your notes' sake, let's get it out there. Shaga. Then we'll write Yam. Okay? And then right here, let's make sure that that's connected right there. Shaga Yam. Like that. Okay? And we'll write it up underneath here for the sake of writing that was the paleo. We'll write the Syrian right there. Shah. Then we'll write Ga. And we'll write Ya. I'm sorry. Shah Ga. Shaga. There we go. And then we'll write yam. Well, you have to write this. It'll look like that, yam. And then I have a connecting at the end because of an M sound right there. That M sound, it has to have an ending connector. I'm sorry, ending connector. An ending character. Shagayam. 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 Devils. Ratazak. Shagayam. Murderer, devils. That's what basically Esau out of Genesis 25, aka the devil, the red man that was born. So, Ratazak. So let's go. Beast, Bama. I'm sorry, let's do Ratazak here. Ra. Let's do Ra. We're going to translate it in Paleo here. Okay, Paleo. Ra to Za. That's this. Yeah, I guess we can say that. Ra to Za. Then we'll have Ka. Cut the A off because we don't need it. Ra to Za. And of course, we want to get it looking like that. For your notes' sake, especially new members in class here, make sure you guys write it down. We're still in Ezekiel 35, but what they're doing to us, their perpetual hatred caused them to be, and this caused them to be perpetual hating us all the time because they're beasts, they're Ratazak, Shagaya. Ratazak, and then we'll put a right here. We'll do an R right here. Ra. Then we'll have a Tazah, like that, and then we'll have a Ka sound, like this. So let's put the connectors here. Ra, that's independent connector. We put an upside down U for new. An upside down little symbol like that for new members in class. Ra, then we have Tazak. Tazak. Ratazak. We'll put all that together. Ra stands by itself. Then we have Tazak. All of this gets pronounced together. Ratazak. Not Ratazak, then Ka. It's Ratazak. Ra-tazak. 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 This is the Assyrian, and this is the Paleo. Okay? And we'll have beasts. Bama. That's what they are anyway. So we'll write this one down over here, and we'll see what we can do. Yeah, can we see that? Yeah, we'll write it over here because we may not be able to see it at the bottom of the screen there. Ba. Ba. Then we'll have to have a ha sound, like this. Ba. I'm sorry, we have we have to tie them together. That's ba, like that. The ba and the ha have to tie it together. Ba and ha. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me write this above a little. I'm very cognizant here. I want people to understand what we're doing. So let's make sure that we write it a little higher. Not a G, not quite a G, especially for new students in class. I'm trying to get it, the letter to be written correct. Ba. Ba, dependent connector. Ma, then we'll have a ma, and then we have a ha sound. Okay, so that's ma. So we have two dependent connectors here going on here. Ba, then ma. That means beast. That's what he is. That's what a white man is. That's what the devil is. That's what the... So once again, write it down before I erase it off the board. Ratazak, Shagayim. Beast, ba ma. Okay, I'm not going to write the serial on that. I guess we'll get the idea, give you guys something to do for homework. Okay, so we'll erase this. I'll start at the top here so while you guys are still writing. And let's see, we'll move on to the next idea. Because we're keeping it on topic here. Well, what they're doing to us out in the street, we're writing down what our oppressor is doing, and we're translating it on the board in Hebrew so you guys can see how these words are formed, you know, because this is our language, this is our tongue. It rolls off our tongue real good, even on a rainy day. It's better than speaking English or Yiddish. So, you know, that stuff we learn from the oppressor. So let's get to this right here. See what time we got. We got some time here. Glad that everybody can join us in class. Let's get to some plural forms here. Let's get to some plural forms of understanding. Let's see. And we'll, as a matter of fact, I think I went ahead of myself and wrote that, but we'll do it again. We'll write what they are. We'll write what these devils are. So we'll see, what devils is 3, so let's go to 4. How do you write 4 in Hebrew? Okay, while I write this, somebody in the chat write how we write 4 in the Hebrew. You know? How do we write 4 in the Hebrew? I'll tell you, it starts with an A. I'll just do that. It starts with an A. How do you write 4 in the Hebrew? How do you write it? So while I write the next sentence, you guys will be doing this. They are, we just got through written this, but I'll write it then just for the sake of writing again, because I wrote it down on another page and did it. But they are devils. And then they are, we'll write 5, and then we'll write 6 down here. And they are devils. Of course they are. That's why they doing what they're doing. They're deceivers. That's what they do. Then we'll have they are. We'll write the plural tense of these. Murderers. So we wrote the singular form of these. Now we get into what we call the plural form of these. Or what they are. We're teaching Lashawan Qadash class here. Rabbi, Sister Adrian, all right. Rabbi, yep, I believe she's right. I know she is. But Sister Adrian, yeah. You're right, except for one thing, Sister Adrian. Take that H off of there, like this. Rabbi. Rabbi. Just like that. You don't have to write the H in there. It's Rabbi. Because if you said it like that, it would be Rabbi. But it's Rabbi. And of course, it's how you pronounce it, and that's just the way it's spelled. But you have it right. Just take the H off of there, and make sure you change it in your notes, if I'm not mistaken. Let me make sure, because I know I've written that down many times. But yeah, that's I don't know, sometimes I forget. Yeah. Rabbi. Yeah, that's right. Okay? Sir, yes, that's very good, sister. Very good. Make sure you change that in your notes, sister. It's Rabbi. Okay. They hunt our steps. They hunt our devils. They are devils. Because they hunt our steps and they have a perpetual hate against us. Let's write down this. A thumb. Let's use another color. Let's write down what it is in plural. In the plurality, that means to make more than one. and I think I've written this, but you didn't have this word here. Ah, thumb, a thumb, guy. We had it written down, and then of course you want to put yum here. I did write it in the last sentence here, but because I jumped ahead of myself. But you want to put yum there, and that's what that is. It shows possession, so that means it's a possessive adjective, and it's plural, and it's male. Because that's what they are. I mean, that's how you say that. You always want to use the male form when you're talking about stuff like that. They are the devils. Atham Shagayam. Atham Shagayam. That's plural. And we'll write it down. We stand on topic here. They are murderers. Well, it would help if I get some black on the subject there. Like I said, thank you guys for joining the class here. Been very good participation. They are murderers. Murderers. That's what they do. You don't hunt somebody down the street and choke them out and kill them like that if you're not a murderer. So that's what they are. So, now, since we're on that, before I get into the, how would you say 5 in Hebrew? Write that one down, guys. Plural. We're on plurals right now. Plural. How would you say 5 in Hebrew? We'll give you a chance to write that down, guys. Let me see. Should I write that one? Yeah, I guess I'll give you a hint there. Some people already know, but I'm going to say it starts with a C. How do you say 5 in Hebrew? We had a Kad, Shanyai, Shalash, Arabai, and then, of course, I'm not going to give it away. To my sisters and brothers there, Yum, Adawans, and Akwathim. How do we say 5? Before we move on to the next one, because we're talking about their murders, that's number 5. That's 5 on my list, anyway, what they are. So how do we say that? How do we say 5 in Hebrew? And if not, and the new sisters, like I said, Michelle, you're just starting, or you got to look through your notes, or brother Josiah Davis. And because I know the officers know already. Thank you for giving them a chance to communicate. I appreciate that, sir. Officer Nazar, Texas there. They are murderers. So how do you say 5 in Hebrew? Sister Adrian has Kamash. That is perfect. Exactly right, sister. And Michelle and the other brothers and sisters in class, just put this in your notes, because I know Sister Adrian has been in class. She knows that it's Kamash. That's how you say it. If you hope you can read this. Let me write it over here. Can't read it above that. That's sloppy. That's sloppy. Jesus. Make sure. Oh, yeah. I spelled it wrong. Kamash. That's right. That's how you say 5. Kamash. And of course, it's Abada. You see, you want to go over the alphabet. And that's how you get that. When you're going over the alphabet so much, to after a while, you begin to understand. So you say Abagada, Hawazaka. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 8th letter, Kamash. But when you put Mash and Kamash together, that's what we say the number 5 there. But that's what they are. So let's put up here. Let's put up here. They are murderers. That's a thumb. Thumb. Oops. Definitely did that wrong. We got to put an H in there. You have to put the H in because it's ah. You can hear the difference. Ah, not ara, araba, araba. But in this case, you say ah. You can hear it. But up here, since Adrian, like we were doing, is arabai. Now you don't have arabai. It's arabai. But here you say ah. You stretch an H. That's what you want to sound an H out. A thumb. It's a big difference. A thumb. Okay? So we want to say, how do we say that? A thumb, ratazakyam, like we said before. But we just put the plural version on it. That's all we're doing. Ra, ta, just showing you how sentence structure. That's what we're doing. We're showing you how to insert sentences and make sentences. Rataza, ratazak. Then we want to put yam. That makes it plural, just like that. It's male. That is correct. It is male. It's plural. And it's a possessive adjective, or it's just a plural sounding. It's a plural of murder. They're murderers. In this case, salak. I'm sorry. Ratazakyam. Atham ratazakyam. That's what they are. And that's like I said, we'll go over the sentence again. Camp leader is said in a nice, beautiful statement. He said, praying for the Most High to avenge us is far more effective than rioting, voting. Of course, I added, he said rioting, I said voting, marching, and doing some of everything else other than praying to the Most High and following the Lord's statutes and commandments. You know, it's more effective. And having your household in order so the Most High can take us out of this mess, to avenge us from this. Because he's going to do it. You want to be establishing the kingdom or leasing the kingdom? What do you want to be? So I'm saying to you, it's far more effective. Pray with your family. Pray with yourself in your closet. Take away all of the vices that we have. That's the effectiveness that we need. Effective, right here, that word. That's what we need. We need to be effective. This stuff over here, rioting, burning down your own communities, burning down there, it don't matter. Voting, what's it? What? Back in the days, voting was so there. You had a privilege. Yeah, the privilege. They made you count how many jelly beans was in a jar. As if you had some. Then you couldn't do it. You go down and you fool like a fool counting a jelly bean. How many in the jar? Marching. What? Who you marching with? The same people that kicked you in the street? They're laughing at you. We have to get out of this Stockholm syndrome and realize that these people don't love you. Realize that basically praying for the Most High to avenge us. You know, vengeance is mine, said the Most High. To avenge us is far more effective than rioting and voting and marching. Thank you, Officer Natazam. I can't believe you for giving me that statement. Appreciate that. That's our springboard for our class. Okay, and let's get back to the board here. Arabai, then we got Kamash, number 5. They are murderers. Atham ratazakyam. That's, yes, sir. Shalom, sir. Appreciate that. They are far more effective. Thank you, Officer Nazar. It's far more effective because they're murderers. Atham ratazakyam. You know, they don't care nothing about us. Hunt us in the street daily. Who's going to be the next victim? I mean, you know. So that's why I say, Most High, avenge us from this mess down here. You know, am I a homeborn slave? I've been in this slavery so long, hey, let's get out of it then. Start praying. Keep the Lord's statutes and commandments and see, won't he do that for us? That's what he says he's going to do. He's just waiting for us to pray to him. Pray to the Most High to avenge us as far more effective than doing these. Rioting, voting, and marching. And Martin Luther King gave us a wrong idea, talking about joining us together. Look what happened to us. It's better that we stay segregated. We're smarter than them anyway. It's better that we stayed apart. And could have probably saved a whole lot more lives. Who knows? But I'm just saying, if we'd have known who we were, we'd been more effective. Learn how to be effective out here as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. At ISUPK, that's where we build men here. We build women here. Be a good Proverbs 31 woman. Take care of your man. Take care of your family. Get in there. You'll find out that you have one of the best men in the world in the ISUPK. There he is. Right there. Ready to defend you with his own blood. Defend our brothers, the brotherhood. I'm ready to defend somebody with whatever I have to do to make sure they don't hurt my brother in this brotherhood right here. They ain't gonna do that. You're gonna have a misunderstanding. You come around here trying to choke one of us out. We're gonna hang together. We're gonna hang together. You see, that's what we're gonna do. As brothers, sisters, we're gonna hang together. You get behind your men. Be that good Proverb 31 woman, and help him so he can come home at night and be at peace and ease. Every time we go to camp, we get back to the camp, who knows what's going to happen out there? So we need to make sure we're praying at home. So when we go out there, Lord, Most High, avenge us. It's far more effective if you just pray to the Most High and keep the Lord's statutes and commandments. Okay, and so let's go to, let's see. Ratazalian. Okay, good. And we may get into the translation of that. The last one. Now, number 6. Well, not last one, but it is one of the ones. Let's see what we got. 8:30. Yeah. Number 6. Who can say number 6 in Hebrew? I know the officer can. Sister Michelle and some of the other brothers in there, Josiah and Adrian, Sister Adrian. Who can tell me how you say number 6 in Hebrew? Number 6. How you say 6 in Hebrew? Any of the students? How you say 6? That's what I like to say. We're on plurals now. A thumb. They are. A thumb. They are. Shagayam. You put that yam on the end of Shagai, which is the Shagai, which is the devil, and you add the S, makes it plural, masculine, yam. That's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to show you the plurals of them. A thumb, Shagayim. How do you say 6? How do you say 6 in Hebrew? And then, of course, they're murderers. A thumb, Ratazak yam. A thumb, Ratazakyam. Well, we'll do one. Let's translate it here. Let's see if I got one. I might be able to put it down on here. Let's say while y'all guys telling me okay. No, sir, I am new. Okay, yes, ma'am. You're new in class, so good, very good. And that's why in the new students, Michelle, very good. That's why we're going to go over the number system a little bit more and show you. But for right now, write these down. That's what we do. As a matter of fact, I get a little time. I'll write 1 through 10 on the board so you can add that to your repertoire of notes. I'll write it down in Hebrew. If I got a note, let's see. I might be able to write it down over here. We'll write it down over here because we are talking about Ezekiel 35, how we look at. Okay, and I'll write down here. Sister Adrian Shash. Let's see, Sister Adrian. Let's see if we can say it like this. Shah Lash. That's how you say 6. And I'm going to write those down on the boards because I want you guys to make sure you have it down. Pack after I get through doing this right here, we'll go over the numbers. We have about half an hour and I'll go over the number system because that tells me where we got to go. We had a class, maybe I went too fast. And I'll have to do another class in the number system. Shalash. And of course you have 7 is Shabai. You have 8 is Shamawana. You have 9 is Thashai. And you have 10 is Asherah. 11 is Akkad, Asherayam. When you want to make it plural. And when we go, 12 is Shanya. Shanyai, Asheram. That's 10 plus 2. And so on and so forth. We'll get 13 and all that. But this is how you say 6 in Hebrew, shalash. So, Sister Adrian, just put a L and an A in front of that S instead of shash. Just put shalash, and you'll have it, Sister Adrian Clay Ferguson. You'll have it. Exactly. But now we're going to say they are beasts. Well, let's write that. These are the ones we had before in singular. Now we're going to write what they are. We're writing they are beast. Yeah. They're beasts, man. To do stuff like what they've done right there. It's crazy. So we'll write the Most High warned us of them. That's all we have to do. That's right, Sister Clay Ferguson. Okay, listen. We'll get to writing the numbers down in a second. They are a thumb. A-H-T-H-A-M. A thumb. There you go. That's the same thing. It's been consistent. A thumb. They are. A thumb. They are. A thumb. They are. Instead of, and then we go to beast. Back, we'll say beast as Bama. But we'll do the same thing. We'll say Ba. Ma. And then we'll put Yam. Now, I guess you guys got the idea. You want to make something plural? In this case, masculine and plural, you put Yam on the end, especially when it's masculine. If it's woman, it'll be something different. That's a whole other class. Right now, we want to stay with this right here. Of course, we went over before, but I just want you guys to get the idea. I'm not going to do any translations. I know we don't have the room. But they are devils. A thumb, shagayam. They are murderers. A thumb, ratasakyam. They are beasts. A thumb, bamayam. So it gives you guys a good thing. That's good, real good call to wow. And I'll give you a chance to write that down because I'm going to go over the number system from 1 to 10 real quick.
I said living.
For the sake of Michelle. And a little bit for Adrian, a little bit for Josiah, and a couple other students in class. So you understand. We'll give you guys 10 more seconds to write that down. That's how you say these in plural, what they are. So we did 4, 5, and 6. Arabai, Kamash, and Shalash. We did 1. We started off that. Akkad, Shanya, Shalash. You see, Arabai, Kamash, and Shalash. Give you guys a few more seconds here to write that down. When you write that down, what we'll do is basically go over the number system here real quick. It just lets me know what I got to do. Okay, now. Okay. And if you guys written that down, if you haven't had that down, just roll the tape back, roll the video back, and you can always write that down on the board. Pause it, and you'll be okay. That's not a problem. And if you have a problem, just always ask me. That's what I'm here for. That's my job. Lashawan Qadash. I am Officer Kazak Shapar of 50. One of the newly raised officers here teaching Lashawan Qadash. I'm keeping it real, keeping it relevant, how they choking out our people out on the street. Mike Brown, George Floyd, Everett Garden, and countless more. Trayvon Martin, even our Mexicans at the border, our brothers and sisters, they killing us wholesale. How you detain a child and take them away from the mom? How you lock them up like that? How you do that? When somebody's telling you they can't breathe, don't you have sense enough to get your neck, get your foot off their neck? Bunch of crazy. Okay, let's go. 1. Let's do the number 1 in Hebrew. It's Akkad. Why do I always do that?
DIY doesn't have to be difficult. With Walmart,
Why do that? A-H. Akkad.
or pick up in store. Hey, this is why we are
Okay.
the G Drive and today.
Yeah, we got just a little time here. Akkad, we got a little time. Akkad, Shanya.
I do not use this in my videos very often. In real life,
Shanya, I'll go through it fast. 3. Shalash.
now in BMG Drive, this pole can move up and down, and it's basically
4.
indestructible.
Arabai.
That's how strong this is. We're gonna get a big fat T75 Patriot special.
Okay, now let's go to 5.
You spot this up, you got salute.
Kamash.
Take this thing all the way back to the end of the road over here, and we're gonna smash with the ball. We're going probably about 50 miles per hour. There are very few
6
that can stop the T-Series.
is, wait a minute. Did I do 6?
However, is one of those few
I'm gonna make sure I get that straight.
stop it fast. So we're going about 55 miles per hour.
I don't know if I wrote 6 down wrong. I'm sorry if I did. Sister, I think you had Sha. Yeah. I apologize to you, but it's right here. I don't know what I was thinking. Sha.
So get the T-Series off of this.
That's how you pronounce it. I don't know what I said. I might have said 7 or something. I apologize. But anyway, this is Shanya.
Vehicle. The first thing we need
This is the correct way.
C to move the camera around freely.
Uh,
Then we need to find the logo for
Yeah.
the baller.
Shanya.
Make sure we're in rotation mode, and then rotate it upside down. It's a little crooked, that's okay.
Jesus.
Over here, and just make
Got
sure
that
it's
wrong.
180.
Shabbai.
So it's rotated 180 degrees from where it is normally.
Know what I'm thinking here. Got my mind going a mile a minute here. I apologize to everybody. That's how you do it. Shabbat.
I'm gonna keep on raising it a little bit more until it looks like we have enough clearance.
Okay, yeah, there we go. We're back on track now. So whatever you closest to Agent Clay Ferguson you had, if you'd have put an A on the end of that of Shah for I think it was 6, you'd have been correct. But 8,
Back to the T-Series and replace it with a regular vehicle. So how about we use a
Shabai, you want to put Shah,
straight tune version so we can have a
Ma,
party car to crush.
Wa,
What we're gonna do is we're gonna drive
Na,
directly under the bullet.
Shama Wana. Pretty long.
Centered right.
But make sure you write this down, Michelle, and all the other students in here, because next week I'm going to go over this in extensive, and I'm going to count all the way back to 100 again, and up to 1,000,
You're getting down to control.
if we can.
Because up is down and down is up. Because when you hit up, it goes down. And if you hit
Okay?
down, it
Give you
goes
guys a chance to catch up with that. And of course you have the shy,
crush mode and a not crushing mode. Because
the 9
this crush
is
mode.
the shy.
How does it crush? It just goes right through the car like butter. And
Oops.
the whole room, smooshed. It's basically
The shy.
vertical at this point.
Okay?
It looks like
I'm getting out of the way so you guys can write this stuff down. And of course the last one you'll have for 10, right over here, I'll write it over here so you can see it. It's I, Shah, Ra. I think it's an A. I can't remember if it's an A or A. Yeah, yes, A. That's correct. Asherah. So, that gives you a better idea of what the number system is, so you guys can write those down. And that tells me that I need to go back over the number system again. So we'll do it here. Akkad. Wow. Shun Yai. Let me go over the spelling of some of these here, because I get to writing so fast, I apologize to you. I know how to spell, but sometimes I write it fast. Shalash, Arabai, Kamash, Shashad. And Adrian says, Adrian, I think you had it right, you just was missing a, I believe you were missing a, you were missing this right here. Ain't no telling what I wrote on the board, but Baba Gusha. Excuse me. Shabai, 7, Shamuana, and Thashai for 9, and Asherah. That's how you get it. And if you want to write like 11, you would write Akkad. Akkad. I'm not gonna write all of them. Akkad. Asherah. So they give you for homework, because I'm gonna definitely go over these next week. I'm giving you an idea. Asherah. That's 10 plus 1. That's 10 plus 1. Just like that. 10 plus 1. Well, what would 12 be? It'll be Shanya, Asherah. And so write them down, and when I come to class, I'll randomly pick one and hope you guys can pick up on that. Lucky, sometimes if I write things down in a hurry, Baba Kusha, please understand. So lock it. You guys have that down? And I think that's going to be the end of our class, but that was a good class. I just want to let you know, I appreciate your participation and all of you. If you guys have learned something, type 1 in the chat. Let me know. Thanks, sir. Yes, absolutely. Yes, Michelle. And we're going to go over this in extensive, a little bit more, Michelle, next week. So make sure you tune in to class again, because that's what we're going to do. Michelle, do you go by, yeah, type of 1. That's very good. And Josiah, type of 1 in. You guys type of 1 in class. Everybody, if you thought this was a good class, type of 1. Even Officer Nazar, if you can for me, sir, if you can type of 1, let me know. Adawan, let me know if you guys enjoyed this class, because you give me an idea of how I should teach, how I'm trying to do things. Michelle, you go by Michelle, or is it Jacqueline? What is that? Let me know, so I know what to call you. If it's okay to call you Michelle, just type a 1 there, so I'll know. But next week we are going to go into. We got some time. Next week I'm going to go into all of these numbers, and I'm going to count all the way up to 20s, 30s, 40. What do we have? There's our outstanding class, sir. Keep it. That's the Wab, sir. The Wab. Wow. Appreciate that. And like I said, to reiterate again, we got a little time here. Make sure we go over the number system. We're going to do that again. And we're going to pray for the Most High to avenge us is far more effective than rioting, voting, marching, and so on and so forth. Officer Natazar, camp leader, came up with that statement. I thought I'd use it as a springboard in the class. And he's right. 100% right. Praying, getting your house in order, because when you do that, the Most High will avenge you. That's the whole point. He'll avenge us. Who? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what he's going to do for us. Salvation is for Israel. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. That's what the ISUPK is talking about. What do you think we're talking about? We ain't talking about the rest of the world. We don't have salvation. We need salvation. We need to pull out of being murdered on the street. Somebody murdering us like that, have perpetual hatred against us, hunting our steps daily. We need this. Gather yourself. I think it was Zephaniah 2:1, I believe it is. Gather yourself together, Israel, nation of Israel. That's what we need to do. We need to gather ourselves together. Get out of this mess. Praying for the Most High to avenge us. It's far more effective than doing anything else. Rioting, voting in their election system is rigged anyway toward white folk anyway. So what's the point? Jacqueline, okay, sister. I'll call you Michelle Gamble. I'll call you Jacqueline. That's why I wanted to make sure what's your preferred name there. Jacqueline. We're almost done with class here. And next week, I expect it's a good Tawab class. I expect you guys to come back to class, and we'll go over the number system. Matter of fact, I'll write that down. Next week, we're going to go over the number system. We're going to get into that a little bit because I know we need a little bit of help. Maybe we're a little rusty on it. We're going to go over the number system. We're going to match it maybe to the months, and we're going to do some little games there to help us to memorize things. That's how you do it. And I appreciate officers like Officer Nazar coming in class from Texas, helping us out, giving us confidence, letting us know, and letting us know that he's enjoying class also. Because we all started off as young men, troopers, officers. Listen, get in the ISUPK. That's the solution. We said all this. What's the solution? What's the solution? Join the ISUPK. That's Lawaha ISUPK. Lawa means to join. Lawa. I write that word down here. Lawa. Lawa. That means to join. Yeah, Lawa. That's right. Lawa. Lawaha. Lawaha. Lawaha what? ISUPK. ISUPK. That means join ISUPK. www.isupk. That's how you get it. Get a flyer. Get in this class. Get in these classes. We have classes from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. General Yohana and all the breakdown. You'll see General Yohana, Commander General Yohana, apologize. You'll see Commander General Yohana. They're doing classes, breakdowns. Then we have Friday night, Lashawan Qadash classes in our states. Listen, there's no excuse not to get in class. But right now, we're going to end class. We have a few minutes here. We're going to go to the security announcements. We are the ISBK, started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for the brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After 6 months, the period the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 and 21, Malachi 3, 8, and 10, means 10 in Hebrew. Ma is the, and then Asherah, there's that word right there. Ma'asherah, that means 10th. 10. Ma'asherah, that's what it says. Ma'asherah, 10% of every penny of increase the Most High gives you, give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest. The priest fund, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory, but whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming convocations, of course, we're still working on the Passover and the other, which Commander General Yohana and the General will work out. It's found the 14th day of the first month. It was assigned April 9th. Of course, it's been passed down until we get to the proper date. And stay to the camp leaders, get abreast of the camp leaders, and stay in class. You'll find it in Exodus 12, 1 through 51, Leviticus 23, 4 and 5, 1 Corinthians 5, 7 and 8, and 2 Corinthians 30 and 17. Okay, the upcoming convocation. No, okay, jeez. Upcoming, lock it, holy convocations. Announcement, holy convocation. Okay, sorry. Lock it. Remind Akim and Aqua to check the bulletin board in the hallway. That's out there. In our hallway, every camp has that hallway that has the bulletin board. For announcements, so go there and check on it. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black, boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarf. That's what we want you to do. And you get an ISUPK, www.isupk.com, become what you need to be. And stop going out here rioting and voting and marching needlessly. Let's get in class. For that we say, Shalom.
Using additional you can't like use the vehicle's own power